Well, howdy folks, you are on the Seek on the Speed 252 show. Scroll over to the right and click that subscribe button. So I don't know if you guys noticed recently, there's been a 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette and the motor went bad, the motor blew. And I don't know how you want to get a motor blown, what the case may be, but the Corvette forum took this and ran with it. And you know, a lot of people feed off negative energy. That's not who I am. I love people. I love being around people. You guys know me all day long, from the guys that send me emails, text messages, the guys that met me at local events. Whatever the case may be, you know I have a lot of positive energy. The guys in the Corvette forums are just jerks. Yes, there was or has been a 2020 Corvette where the motive had gone bad. Do I blame it on Chevrolet? Absolutely not. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. For one, I own a C8 Mid Engine Corvette that's right behind me right now. And two, things happen in life. That's just how things go. Giveaways. I like to support my community and give back to my followers of this channel. With that being said, for everyone who subscribed to this channel in the past and recently, you have already entered this drawing. If you are new to this channel and you want to be part of this drawing, definitely feel free to subscribe and also leave your comment down below. With that being said, I am giving away this awesome customized chrome license plate to one of you. All you have to do is subscribe, leave your comment down below, and turn on your bell notifications, and you will be entered to win this awesome customized license plate. This is the only one that I'm giving away, you guys, so definitely feel free to subscribe to this YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and turn your bell notification on, and this will enter you in the drawing to win this customized license plate. This is at High Tech Customs, by the way. I'm looking forward to giving away to one of you. If you could buy a high-end car, there's a possibility that that car can go wrong. You know, McLarens have had issues, you know, Lamborghinis have had issues with transmissions before, and so forth and so forth. Every car company in the world have had an issue with their car. It's like one of those things where they say, you know, dating is a numbers game. Well, buying a car is a numbers game. You never know which car you're getting, right? That's the reason why the whole thing they call a lemon law. It's one of those things where no product in the world I have known that have never come with issues. There's always a product that has an issue, whether you buy an Apple phone, an Android phone, a flat screen TV. I mean, there's always issues with something. There's no product that's ever made that is perfect. And I'm going to make this video because I stand behind Chevrolet, and I'm sorry for the guy that, you know, his motor blew in his C8 Corvette. You know, things like that happen. Hopefully it gets taken care of. But the Corvette forum, you know, was just always bashing like, oh, you know, never buy the first mid-engine car, never buy the first generation car. I'm getting tired of hearing that. Yes, I know a lot of people said don't buy the first gen car, but when the Stingray came out in 2014, there really wasn't that many issues with it. You know, it had a 455 horsepower V8, and it had a 6-speed automatic. There wasn't anything wrong with that car whatsoever. And it's one of those things where I just feel like even though the C7 came out in 2014, as time going on, there was issues with that car too. And that wasn't in the first generation. When the Z06 came out, yes, there was some overheating issues. It is what it is. Things happen, right? But we buy these cars because we like to cherish them, we like to enjoy them, and have a great time driving them. And a lot of people buy these cars and mod them anyway. So it's one of those things where when issues happen, we can't get down about it, because it's one of those things where things are always bound to happen. If you're going to mod your car in the first place, you're always probably going to expect something to happen. When you buy a vehicle, you know it comes with a warranty. With this 2020 C8 behind me, I have 3-year, 36,000 miles bumper to bumper. I also have a 5-year powertrain, 60,000 mile warranty as well. And, you know, I'm going to talk about Doug. Now, you guys know who know Doug. He's a YouTuber who has crap tons of subs. He is not paying me for saying this. He owns a nice, awesome website he just recently created. And you can actually take your vehicle, whatever car you own, and put it on his website. Now, obviously, he will get some commission off of it. And you can sell your car on his website. Now, definitely, Doug has a huge audience, a humongous audience. This website is pretty great. I went and took a look at it. He's a great guy. Me and Doug talked a few times in emails. And I really appreciate what he has to offer to the car community. So with that being said, he posted a video recently on one of his channels, and he talked about a McLaren 720S. And he talked about the used car market. And with that 720S, somebody paid $333,000 for it in 2018. It is now 2020. That car has 10,000 miles on it. Do you know how much that car sold for? $215,000. That's how much that car depreciated in 2 years. That's a supercar. So somebody paid $333,000 for it and it appreciates to $215,000. And it's one of those things where that's a really affordable car for guys who are looking for that type of vehicle. Now, it's a McLaren. I will admit this. McLarens have had issues too. Lamborghinis have had issues too. Every car brand in the world has had an issue of some sort. There's not one car company that I know of that you can say, oh, every car they made has been bulletproof. It's impossible. iPhones have had problems. Androids have had problems. What's up, you guys? If you haven't had the opportunity to go check out my website, which is www.cgonaspeed252.com, definitely head over, check out my awesome, most popular key tags. $10 online. My layers as well are $4. I will personally mail these to your house as well. Thank you for supporting the channel. I will actually write a handwritten note to you. And there are also awesome shirts on the website. I'm also throwing an extra gift from me to you as well. So once again, thank you for support on the cgonaspeed252 YouTube channel. Go over to my website, which is www.cgonaspeed252.com. Flat screen TVs that have problems. There's no brand out there who's never had a problem with their TV or their appliance that they've ever owned. Whether it's a refrigerator, microwave, whatever the case may be, so forth and so forth. So when people say don't buy the first generation of it, yeah, I mean, don't buy the first generation, but that doesn't mean in the second generation you're not going to receive a product that don't have any issues. It's bound to have issues. That's why we have warranty on products in life. So I stand behind Chevrolet, and I respect their brand all day long. And the Corvette forum was like chewing out like, oh, don't buy the first generation. Oh, this, no, that. Now, once again, there's some great guys in the Corvette forum, but there are a lot of guys that are jerks. Now, also regarding that 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette, it's fairly new. The car was driven hard by a couple of people, which is completely fine. This is what these cars are meant to do. These cars are meant to go on a track and track absolutely hard. My friend Mike recently went to the track and tracked this car absolutely hard. And it's one of those things where that's what these cars are meant to do. So you track it harder when you're on a track, when you're on a normal day road. So I hope the guy's car gets fixed. But it's one of those things where no matter what kind of car you buy, it's always bound to have issues. There's no perfect car there. There's no perfect brand. I truly believe that the 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette will change the supercar world. And I don't know what you guys think. I know some of you guys have mentioned this before. A lot of Corvette owners probably say the same thing. Who own this car, you got to understand this car is unbelievable. When the C7 first came out, it was unbelievable. I mean, I had no bad things to say about it. I own a C7 Corvette, and the only thing I had go wrong with that car was a catalytic converter. That is it. That's the only time where I haven't seen that check engine light come on. Haven't seen it come on since, and I own a car since 2017, bought it brand new in September. And that's another reason why I stand behind a Chevy. I bought a C7 Corvette with no issues. Things are bound to happen, but we battle them with the warranty. So put it like this. For everyone that's thinking like, oh man, I'd rather own a McLaren or a Lamborghini or so forth and so forth, they come with issues. Now granted, I would like to own a Lamborghini someday because it's just always been a dream car of mine as a kid. But I absolutely love this mid engine Corvette. Every time I'm in this car, I freaking get the chills. Every time I hear it crank up, I get the chills because it feels and sounds fabulous, guys. It sounds amazing. It's unbelievable. You guys know my quote, every smile is so much appreciated on driving this car. Every mile brings a smile, and every mile is a different journey every single time. I love being behind the wheel of this car. It's unbelievable. Back on the McLarens, I got a friend of mine who you guys know, Mike. I know a lot of Mikes, but Mike that owns, a couple of McLarens. He owns a couple of Corvettes. He owns a C7 Stingray, the Z06. Owns right now a ZR1. He owns a C8. He owns a 570 McLaren. He owns a 720S. And he'll be the first one to tell you that, man, the McLarens aren't that great. He will probably not even decide to buy another McLaren from what we have talked about before. McLarens are great cars. They look good and they perform well while they're not having any issues. But it's one of those things where why take all that money and put it into a vehicle when you can buy something like this and kill the market with? Now, don't get me wrong. Once again, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to own a McLaren, but why I don't want to pay almost $400,000 for a car and the motor blows. It's ridiculous. It's one of those things where, is it really worth the money? If you're going to buy a car that's going to be in a shop more than it is in your garage, that's the problem. I think we can all agree to that. And it's one of those things where, man, I truly love Chevrolet. Chevrolet has treated me well. The guys been responsive. The guys have been great. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm getting tired of people talking about that car being a car that's going to set the world on fire because of the motor blew. No, not really. It's not going to change anybody's mind, as my personal opinion. Things happen. There's been more positive feedback about the 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette in the world than having one car that was a bad batch. Things happen. What's probably going to happen is that kid is probably going to obviously take his car to the shop, They're going to drop the motor, they're going to diagnose it and figure out what was wrong with it, and most likely Chevrolet's going to give them a new motor to replace the car. I don't think it's going to hurt the value of that car. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he's probably going to drive it hard again anyways and take on a track and probably have issues again. He's about to get a brand new motor probably, and things happen. And the reason why I stand behind it, the car and the Chevrolet brand, because I also own, as you guys know, a 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette, as you see in front of the camera right now. I haven't had any issues with my car whatsoever. Now, I don't know if my VIN is an earlier VIN than his, or if his was after mine or before mine. Either way, I still stand behind this vehicle. I have floored it. I broke it in the proper way, which is the 500-mile mark. I broke it in at the 1,500-mile mark, and everything has been great ever since. And like I said before, every mile has been a smile.
What you want me to put in there? That motherfucker work that? Well, yeah. Yeah, like it. I wouldn't know, brother. Oh, that joint.
12 seconds later.
Oh, shit. Bro, you tight? Oh, man. No. Oh, it turned off. Yeah, now try to restart it. Shit. Oh. Turn it off. Hell no. Yeah, turn it off. No way. It smell like something. Hold on, wait, don't try to start again. Yeah. Cause the oil light's on. Yeah. See, leaving oil in this bitch? There's no way, it's a brand new car. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh shit. That's nuts, huh? Oil pressure 0 PSI. So the oil out this bitch? That's what I would think. I don't fucking know. Is the gas? Did it run out of gas? Is it? Cause the gas look big empty. Or no, is that full? No, that's not full. That's 3/4. That's all the way right there. Yeah, it's 3/4. What the fuck? How the fuck that happened to us? Giving them a car review. Oh well, we waiting for the owner to get here right now.
Every mile on this engine has literally been a smile. And the reason why I say this, because I definitely smile every time I get inside my 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette. But what makes me happy the most is when I see a little kid smiling, right? Because that little kid, you never know if you inspired that kid to grow up so one day and say, hey, Mom, you remember the time I saw that red sports car that was going down the road? Well, look, I finally actually got me one. I remember there was a time where one of my uncles came to my house and he brought one of his buddies. And he surprised me. It was his buddy that used to own a green C5 convertible. And when I saw him, I was like, oh, crap. You was the one that had that Corvette. He was like, yeah, that was me. Your uncle used to bring you to my house all the time so you can see my Corvette. And now look at it. He was like, now look at it. I'm coming to your house. Your uncle's bringing me to your house to see your Corvettes. How crazy does that sound right now? And that sounded pretty crazy. I mean, literally, I used to grow up asking my uncle, can he drive me to his house just to see his Corvettes? And now my uncle bring him to my house to see my Corvettes. That's crazy how much time has gone by and how the world has changed. And so that's the reason why I say every smile, it's just great to see. You never know what kid or person you are inspiring to at some point get their dream car. And that's the reason why I'm not going to knock down this car whatsoever. Just because the motor blow doesn't mean I'm going to start, attacking the Chevrolet brand or whatever the case may be. That's just not who I am. I don't attack people's characters. That's not my personality. You guys know me. I love and thrive on being around people and good energy. And like I say, one car does not determine the whole C8 brand in general. And it's one of those things where I feel bad for the young man who, motor blew in his car, and now he's without a C8 right now. And I know he want to make some C8 content, but I'm sure Chevrolet is going to look out for him. They're going to probably send this dealership a new motor. They're going to get that bad boy dropped, put a new one in. He's going to be back on the road in no time. And so I just wanted to make this video because I wanted people to understand that, these farms out here bashing the brand and you should never buy the first generation car. That's not the case. I took my chance on buying one of the first generation C8 Mid Engine Corvettes and been happy with it. You guys know I made a 4,000 mile later video. Definitely feel free to go check that out. And I got 4,000 miles on my vehicle and I only had it since March. What did that tell you? 1, I put a lot of miles in this bad boy. 2, I love driving it. And 3, I really haven't had any issues out of this car whatsoever. This car has been a joy to drive, and I'm freaking stoked to be part of the Chevrolet's history of being part of owning the very first mid-engine Chevrolet Corvette. It is insane how much joy this car has brought me, and I'm sure it's going to bring a joy to a lot of you guys. Yes, once again, the motor blew in one of the cars. But you know how many cars Chevrolet has made thus far that hasn't had any issues like that? That was the first time we've heard about a motor being blown inside of a 2020 C8 mid-engine Corvette. Outside of that, you really haven't had any issues. And if you have, they've probably been minor. And if they have, GM probably will fix it. That's what they call a warranty for. But for the most part, you got to think about it. Like, I'm speaking, you guys, I'm speaking the truth. I haven't had any issues out of my car whatsoever. You guys know me. I would tell you the honest truth. I would bring you all the information you would need to know. I don't hear anything when I'm driving down the road. The motor sounds good, feels good. And every time I turn on this camera to make a video for you guys, I'm even more excited to bring you guys positive energy vibes. Now, if something was to go wrong or something wasn't going to work correctly, I will let you guys know. So that way, just in case you buy a C8 Corvette or you own a C8 Corvette, you might be able to go take it in and get it checked out, because Chevrolet stand behind that brand. These guys, the engineers, truly love the C8 Corvette. I mean, this is their baby. Think about it, you guys. They spent 6 decades putting this car together, and I'm sure they are not happy about one of the motors being blown, but I'm sure they're going to do everything they need to do in that power to get that car taken care of. They didn't build this car just to put a car on the streets to say, oh, we got our first mid-engine sports car. Yep, hope these guys like it. No, they put a supercar out there to destroy all the other supercars. I mean, like I said before, you guys know my dream car is a Lamborghini. The Lamborghini is way more expensive than the C8 Corvette, way more expensive. Now, we don't know if regarding this Z06 and the Zora or the Z01, but it probably still ended up being cheaper than a Lamborghini. I just grew up always wanting on a Lamborghini, but Chevrolet put their heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears behind this vehicle. Can you imagine being in those engineer shoes every single day when they was putting this car to the test, staying up late at night, staying on a computer, falling asleep, waking up early, just going to the room, going to the drawing board and figuring out how to make this car as perfect as they possibly can? They did it. So that's what bothers me when people say don't buy the first generation vehicle, don't do this, don't do that. No, Chevrolet worked hard behind this car, you guys. They put their blood, sweat, and tears behind this vehicle. So I stand behind them in the work that they have done with the 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette. I mean, look at that motor. Look at that LT2 6.2 liter V8. It's crazy. It is super crazy. And I do wish I had a different engine cover, like maybe a red or a yellow. I don't know. But I love my carbon fiber engine appearance package. It looks phenomenal at night. I need to make a video showing you guys what the engine appearance package look good at night. I mean, it looks really amazing, you guys. I know a lot of guys complain about the trunk space being in the back, like how they wish it wasn't here. And I wouldn't say a lot of guys, but I heard a few people say that. But this space is perfect. I put my roof in there. I got the drop top. I feel good. Once again, Chevrolet put their blood, sweat, and tears behind this vehicle. So all I can say is if you're in the market for a 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette, you should go get one, because I think as time goes on, this car is going to get better and better and better. I mean, you just never know what Chevrolet got in store for us, especially, you know, people are already seeing photos or images of the Z06. Now, not the actual body, but more so the camouflage Z06 with the wing on the back, being tested and all that stuff. Chevrolet's already in the making for the next, you know, awesome supercar. And that car, let alone, probably going to crush the supercar market, because this car right now is already stepping on its toes. I mean, honest to truth, the C8 Stingray is phenomenal. 485 horsepower is a lot of horsepower for a daily driver. And I'm telling you right now, you guys, if you are thinking about buying a C8 Corvette, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, because it'd be a car that you would truly love to be behind the wheel of absolutely every single day. There's nothing like being behind of a good car, a good solid car, and knowing that Chevrolet literally put their blood, sweat, and tears inside of this vehicle. Another reason why I don't blame Chevrolet for the reason that that motor had blown or blew, whatever the case may be, is because it's not one person that you can single out and say this is the reason why this happened, right? Every part that was built in the C8 Corvette wasn't done by Chevrolet. It could have been done by somebody overseas. It could have been done by a plant somewhere here in the United States. It could be done by anyone. You never know. That person on the shift that day could have fallen asleep, could have, whatever the case may be, could have worked, you know, so many hours, could have worked a second job, and could have just did something wrong. There's no one to blame for the reason why that motor went bad. So that's the reason why I'm making this video, or made this video, because I don't want people to bash Chevrolet or bash the car, because I own the car, I respect the car, and I love the car. And I just want people to understand, like, Chevrolet do make great cars. Every car brand has had issues, and just like every other car company, they get their parts distributed from other places as well, and they have issues. That's why they call warranty. I mean, it's just one of those things where things happen, you guys. Things happen. I'm going to always bring you the real information, the accurate information. I'm friends with the engineers. You guys know that for a fact. I am friends with them. Literally can text them, message them, whatever the case may be. And I stand behind those guys. I respect those guys. Those guys stay up late at night working on the cars. Even whatever issues that have happened with the C8 Corvette recently, outside of the motor having an issue, they're working day in and day out to get those cars fixed. This C8 Corvette is going to sell across the world. It's insane. Like, I mean, literally right now you can't even get a 2020. If you get a 2020 right now, it's because a dealership put in an allocation for one and they're going to sell it overpriced, or somebody else bought the car and they probably backed out. That's the only reason why you can probably get a 2020 right now. Like, literally, these cars are selling like hotcakes, and that's because everybody has a lot of respect for this vehicle, and it's affordable and it's easy to maintain. An oil change for this bad boy is probably going to cost you like 150 bucks. If you go get an oil change, Acura's and NSX, you're going to pay 350. You go get an oil change Lamborghini, you're going to probably pay $850 of what I was told. Chevrolet makes this car looks great, feel great, and performs great. And so I just want to make this video because I was tired of seeing things on the Corvette forum, people bashing the C8 Corvette. And it's like, oh, that's why I'm not buying the first generation. I'm going to wait till the Z06 comes out and blah, blah. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with waiting till the Z06 comes out. I respect that. But you got to understand, when the Z06 comes out, that's technically going to be the first generation too, right? Think about it. The Stingray was the first 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette, period, right? And a lot of guys on the Corvette forum was like, oh, I'm not buying the first generation. I'm waiting till the Z06 comes out. Well, the Z06 will be the first mid-engine Z06 in 2022, if that's when it comes out. So it's going to be the first generation then. So most likely, you probably should buy a 2021 Stingray, because then at that point, whatever issues that people are concerned need to be worked out is worked out. But once again, I haven't had any issues with my car, so I'm not worried about any concerns or issues that everybody else has been referring to. And I'm gonna speak in truth of it because I own the car. I haven't had any issues with it. So with that being said, you guys, I want to thank you for watching this upload. I want to thank you for watching this video. I truly greatly appreciate your support on the channel and being part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would love to have you part of this journey and allow you part of this ride. I want to provide you with a lot of C8 Corvette content, a lot of Z06 C8 Corvette content, once more things lead about that car, along with C7 content for guys who are in the market to buy and use C7 and want to learn more about that car as well. Once again, I greatly appreciate you and your support on the channel, and I hope